Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. Today, a clash between two teams from the Sunshine State that will resonate from Dade to Duval. The Gators will kick it away first. Straight ahead from inside his 25. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Knights offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
The Knights moving quickly to the line. Trying play action. Still looking on the move. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. To him down goes the quarterback.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Looking to throw, it's Jefferson. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. On third and long, the blitz pretty much puts the offense out of its misery with the sack.
Yeah, and it's so tough for the offensive line when you get in these situations and you know all these fast athletes are going to be getting after the quarterback. Who's coming, who's not coming. This is why you try to stay out of third and long so these bad things happen.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So the Florida Gators offense will take the field for the first time.
Right here. They are the key for their respective team.
Hit the afterburners, kid. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
We didn't have to work very hard on that one. There was nobody in sight as he rips off a massive run.
Sort of a mark of excellence for any back is yards after contact. Well, yards before contact can be sort of a badge of honor for that O-line.
Yeah, let's give them some credit. They got tremendous push getting hats on hats. They made that easy.
Let's it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Power football with the run. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making it.
On third down, thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit. They fake it, and they're not going to pick up the first down on the fake field goal. You want to be, they'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Looking to throw for it. Caught behind the line. It's Harvey. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. The Knights line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Hawkins. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive from the 42. Unloads to the right. Pulls it in. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Now on first down from the 28. Pressure coming. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. Back to pass, it's Mertz. Getting some heat. He's got an open man. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of him. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
And drive that 3 and out. Sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the heels.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed behind the line. It's Harvey. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. The Knights will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looking for a block. It's Hawkins. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Leaves it with the back. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary.
UCF 0.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
They get him down after he makes the catch. This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And that was a dangerous throw. You could tell.
Backfield for a loss of 6. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll bring it back. It's Hawkins. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
Well, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And the Gators trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Working that left side now. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Absolute shank. Missed it. And margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Dropping back, it's Jefferson. They're trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
On the move, it's Hawkins. Touchdown, Florida! And the special teams, that's always a momentum builder.
Well, the punter wasn't able to get a lot of leg on that one, and it gave him a chance to field it, and then he found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
Takes it inside the 25, chance for great field position. And the returner will be brought down. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going.
And the quarterback
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Running it back, it's Hawkins. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you wanted. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Looking for a deep man. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air, it's Mertz. Makes his connection.
At the 38, offense facing fourth down.
The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 fourth-down attempts already. Can they change their luck? They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Offense getting set for first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Pulls it in. It's Hudson. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
He's got great speed. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends just so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Complete to the right. Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the run from inside his 25. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29.
First and 10.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football